Man, y'all been going crazy on these Tab S9 Plus videos I've been doing. And now I'm about to go and give you the 1 month review of this thing. So I got the battery life I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna go and talk about the software, obviously, the speed, all that stuff. And I'll let y'all in on one big issue I got with this thing that might be a deal breaker for me. I won't say deal breaker, that's too clickbaity. I'll just say that's big though. That's what she said. No, she didn't. All right. So we're back here at the table that's basically built my brand identity at this point. But I ain't gonna waste too much time here. We're just gonna go and get into the Tab S9 consumer review. So first thing I wanna go talk about this real quick is the build quality and design of this thing. So look at this design right here. I got this like beige color over here and I got it in, I think 512 gigs. I'm pretty sure it goes up to 512 gigs. But the build quality and the design, just look at the design right here, man. This is premium right here. When you talk about premium tablets, this is it right here. I'm really feeling the design of this thing, man. Samsung really did that thing for real though. If you look here at the front, you can see here that we got these bezels. And then if you look at the Tab S9 Ultra, it got a notch on there. So I hate that shit. I don't like the notch on the Tab S9 Ultra. This is cool right here. I like these bezels, especially because I can go and put my hands right here. And like, I like just having bezels about this size because like my hand's gonna be over here and it's not really touching the screen. So that's why I don't really care for that much of a thin bezel on my tablet because I still need to hold it somewhere, right? But yeah, design, I'm really feeling. You can see here that it's landscape. So we got the camera over here. And then if we look at the build quality, that's just as good. The build quality, you ain't gonna have no issues with it. It's all aluminum going around here. And I'm pretty sure J-Rig everything did a bend test or something like that on the Tab S8 or the Tab S9. I don't really remember. Also, just holding this thing for a 12.4 inch tablet, this thing is mad light, man. So I ain't really got no issues with the weight or none like that. It's all evenly distributed. And actually, this thing is so nice that, like, let me tell you a story real quick. So I was changing my oil, right? I was in my driveway and it started raining. And I thought about it. I was trying to see everything that I had out there and I was like, oh shit, my tablet's out there. But then I forgot about it. I was like, wait, it's water resistant. I ain't gonna have no issues with it. So I left it alone, even though it's just a little bit of rain, kind of like a drizzle, ain't really had no issues with it afterwards. And then also, like, I just had that thing all around the car. I was watching videos and all that. So I was like kind of handling that thing. You can see here, still nothing on it. Ain't no scratches, no nothing. Perfectly fine. Cool. Even just now, when I took off the case, I could still see it was a little bit wet. I just cleaned it off and I guess ain't really none on the case itself, but yeah, it was still a little bit wet. So, all right, first thing I want to get into this really, besides the build quality and design and all that, is the OS and the speed. So that's like the main thing about this that you need to know, I feel like. So obviously you got Android. If I go over here to the settings, I go over here to about tablet, and then we go over the software information. You can see that we got 5.1.1 for One UI, and then we got Android 13. Run the September security patch. I'll talk about that here in a second, but yeah, so the software, everything, just using this, I really had no issues with it. So as I told you, I got an iPad, right? At least for me on this iPad, I noticed that I do got some things that ain't optimized on Android, but at the same time, like most of the apps on here that's optimized on the iPad, it's optimized for Android. I noticed that where I don't really got no issues. So obviously you got your Google apps over here, like you got Gmail, and that's gonna be optimized here, as you can see. If I go over here to Spotify, and by the way, I'm just using basic apps, right? But if I go over here to Spotify, that's optimized. And then you also got things like LumaFusion. So let me find that real quick. So yeah, we got LumaFusion, and that's actually coming free with the Galaxy Tab. So that's cool. But yeah, you got this whole LumaFusion editing software, which is actually pretty cool on here. I did a video on that. So if you watch my unboxing video on the Tab S9 Plus, I'll leave it up there in the link down below. You can go ahead and check that out. All that was edited on the Tab S9 Plus. And then you also got things like Amazon. If I'm scrolling through here, you know, that's optimized. So I'll go over here to YouTube. Let's pull that up real quick. As you can see here, completely optimized. I ain't got no issues with that. We got the comment sections over here. So cool. Shout out to Strawberry Park. But yeah, so just really overall with apps, I ain't got no issues with this. You can also see I got this thing all set up on my home screen. So that's the thing. Like I never set up my home screens, but like with this tablet right here, I had to. So I got like my reminders. I got my notes around videos. I got battery lives. Spotify, Facebook, I got my battery lights for all my phones and stuff. So yeah, I got this thing all set up. And it's been cool. Plus you got a lot of software features up in here. So like for example, you got built-in Samsung Dex. So that's probably one of my favorite things with Galaxy tabs is that you got this built-in desktop mode up on here. So you kind of got this like Microsoft Surface experience over here if you want to call it that, even though it ain't Windows. Especially if you got like a keyboard case here by Samsung, it's gonna work out for you cool. And like even like a, I don't know, Logitech MX Master 3S, I use that on here and that worked cool. So yeah, built-in Samsung Dex, which is cool. And also, fun fact, if you ain't noticed, maybe you're new to Galaxy tabs or something like that, we had built-in Samsung Dex since the Tab S4. Look at this old ass shit right here, man. Y'all remember this shit? Oh, I forgot about this thing, but I still had it in my room. But yeah, you can see this right here. It still works and everything. But this got built-in Samsung Dex on it, and this came out like, damn, what year now? Galaxy Tab S4 release date. Shit, this thing came out in 2018, folks. 2018. We had built-in Dex for that long. Get up with it, iPad. But for real though, I'm telling y'all, probably one of the best features that they've ever implemented into a tablet before. Just saying. But besides that, you got other apps that they also put in here, like you got Good Notes, you got Clip Studio, and then you got like Good Lock you could download from the Galaxy Store, which is for all Galaxies. But I'm just saying, this thing is feature packed, like with the File Explorer and everything. Like this thing is mad productive. And then as for the speed, you got the Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 for Galaxy, so it's gonna be zippy, smooth, fast. I ain't had no lag or nothing like that on here. So like I said, I edited a whole 4K video on this thing, so it wasn't perfect or nothing like that. It might have been more the software than the hardware, but still, I'm just saying, like, I ain't got no issues with this at all. Really, whatever you need to throw at this thing is gonna run it perfectly smooth, and just imagine a Tab S10, man. Woo! So, alright, let's go ahead and address this now. The whole thing that we've been looking at this whole time, the screen and the fingerprint scanner. Unless you get in a Tab S9 Ultra, you can't beat this in a tablet, man. You know Samsung and their screens, for real though. Like, this just gonna be busting. Samsung put the best of the best that they could put in a tablet right here, and it shows for real. So we got a 1440p 120Hz screen, and if I go over here, go to the menu, we have HDR too. So if I go to 2160p, it's just gonna look real vivid and natural, and we got 16:10 here, so we can go ahead and pinch that in and zoom in a little bit. So that's gonna be cool if you're gonna be doing productivity. But yeah, so we got, oh man, look at that. Look at that, look how crispy that is. But yeah, for video and productivity, this tablet's just gonna work out good for you. I love my screen right here in the Tab S9 Plus. So here's the thing, man. So this is basically like, I saw this on Google before, but this is the Goldilocks version. So you got the Tab S9 and you got the Tab S9 Ultra, and then you got this. I was so damn stuck on trying to figure out what the fuck I wanted, because I was coming from a Tab S6. I got that in my room right now. I was coming from a Tab S6 and I was like, maybe that should just get the 11-inch, because I like the screen in my Tab S6, but then I just kind of jumped on this and I wanted to see how I like it. At first, I was still indecisive. I didn't really know if I was feeling this or not, but I gave it about like maybe a couple weeks, and I just love this thing. I don't want to go to nowhere else now. Not even the Tab S9 Ultra. That's just way too huge for me, bro. Pause. And then the Tab S9, you know, it's a little bit more of where I was coming from, so you know how it is. I'd only really be going up 0.5 inches, so 12.4 inches right here from 10.5 inches is a big difference for me, but I like this. This is cool. I don't really feel like that it's too big for me to really bring anywhere that I didn't bring my Tab S6, so. And as for the fingerprint scanner, I'm not going front. I feel like that's pretty much the perfect placement that Samsung could have put it at, so it ain't gonna be ultrasonic, it's gonna be optical, but somehow, for whatever reason, Samsung still seemed to have made this better than the Pixel 8 Pro's fingerprint scanner. I don't know how, but you know, that's Samsung for you, I guess. They came a long way from this shit over here. So this is actually pretty decent, but we had the iris scanner over here. If we could pull that up, you can see it right there. So that's the iris scanner. I'm not gonna lie, man, I kind of missed the iris scanner. I'm unlocking it from behind the camera and it did work. Okay. Besides that though, you do got the face unlock. So if I can do that behind the camera, hell no. That's just gonna be the iris scanner right here. The iris scanner is a dub, for real. Samsung could have fitted that in the Tab S9 if they wanted to, but I feel like they was just kind of done with the iris scanner at this point. Next up is the camera. So I ain't gonna touch on this too much, cause you shouldn't really be out here like a jackass taking pictures on your tablet, but I'm gonna do it anyway, cause it can still be cool for conference calls, right? Do not be that motherfucker out here at the football games, pulling out your tablet and like, go Johnny, go! Recording on your tablet. Fuck that, no, don't do that, bro. Don't do that to your son, your daughter, whoever, cause they is not gonna be happy with you when y'all get to the crib for real. But with that being said, you can go over here to the camera and then you can see that we do got an ultra wide camera. So, I mean, I guess that's cool if you want. Anyway, I went ahead and embarrassed myself for this YouTube video looking like the jackass I just told y'all not to be. So go ahead and check out these pictures and videos. So that's the pictures and videos on the Tab S9 Plus. So, I mean, it's a tablet. What else can I say? I ain't go cap though, I can't cap. So if you're doing like Zoom calls or whatever, like maybe you're doing like Google Meet, Google Duo, whatever the f they calling it these days. This actually looks pretty decent, and you got an ultra wide mode on here for the camera, so even better, right? So you can go ahead and make sure that you get everybody in your video call when you're doing that. So I like that. That's cool, Samsung. They kind of late, but they're getting up with them COVID times back when we had to video call. Well, I know somebody gonna get in my ass in the comments somehow. What the fuck are you talking about? COVID still exists. I mean, like when COVID first started, March 2020. That's when motherfuckers was really out here on Zoom, and Zoom just popped out of nowhere. Nobody heard of Zoom before, but here we was, and then with all these security risks and stuff. But yeah, I'm off track. Talking about the cameras right here, I mean, they're pretty cool for a tablet, I suppose. I'm telling you though, right now, if I see you come out your Honda Odyssey or your Town and Country, and I see you bring out this big ass iPad with it, you better watch out, alright? So alright, for real though, next, let's go and talk about the battery life up on here. The battery life and the charging speed. So the battery life on here it's honestly pretty good, man. Like at first, it wasn't really that good because I had to learn my habits, but afterwards, this is cool. The battery life on the Tab S9 Plus, man, is impressive to say the least. I ain't got no issues with it, and it lasts pretty long with me without having to charge it. So I'm just saying, man, you could get quite a few sessions out of this thing. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about, all right? I know why you bought this tablet. Nah, but for real though, like just watching YouTube, Netflix, whatever you want to do, like when I took this thing to the airplane, perfectly cool for me. I went ahead and busted out this thing, so I went ahead and put this all together, and I was using Samsung DeX, and it held up the whole plane ride, obviously. I mean, I feel like any tablet would, but I'm just saying, I was doing a lot of productivity with like Microsoft Excel and whatever else, and I mean, I think I still had like maybe 75%, if that, maybe more. Bogus ass Frontier Airlines. They give you tray tables the size of this, alright? This Tab S9 was not fitting on that thing, but it still hold up pretty good with the battery life though. And as for the charging speeds, oh my God. My nigga, I charged this thing and it probably take like an hour to charge this whole thing right here. This whole thing take like an hour to charge. That's pretty cool though. I ain't never seen that before. I'm talking about like super fast charging speeds on the Galaxy Tab right here, and like that's completely dead. So even if the battery life wasn't that good, I still wouldn't have been mad because of how fast the charging speeds is up on here. These are the fastest charging speeds I've ever seen in a tablet, ever. And now for this segment of the video, let's go and see what that sound quality do though. It obviously ain't gonna be nothing too crazy because you're listening through a microphone, but I'm gonna do it anyway. So check this out. Full volume. Hey, look, I'm just saying, man, if you couldn't really pick up anything from just listening through the microphone, the speakers is booming on here. They loud, they crisp, clear, they got bass up in them, like everything up on these speakers. I love the sound quality on here, and if you turn this down, you could get a little bit more full volume, but still. All right, so now let's just go and jump into some of the pros and cons about this tablet, and we're just gonna jump into the pros first. And the first pro is gonna be, we talked about this earlier, but the water resistance. This is really the first tablet I've seen that got water resistance besides Samsung's more durable line of tablets. I don't even know if they make those anymore, but yeah, this got water resistance. Like I was telling y'all, it's practical for like instances like that when I was outside, changing my oil, for example. And then I brought it into the garage eventually, but still, because I wasn't trying to get my ass wet out there while I was trying to wait for my oil to drain. But yeah, so I'm just telling y'all, water resistance, it's just been cool up on here. I'm pretty sure you got like IP68 or something. Yeah, I googled it right here and it says IP68. So if you want to dunk this in the water, go right ahead. It's gonna work probably. Well, yeah, probably. I'm not trying to put myself out here and get myself sued. So yeah, I'm gonna just say probably. So don't do that. The next pro I got about it is the size. So like I was just saying again, so this is a Goldilocks version of this Galaxy Tab S9 series. 12.4 inches, bro. My God, my mind's in the gutter. It's just all types of innuendos right now. 12.4 inches is a really good size for me, and I feel like pretty much anybody else would be cool with this, unless you like really travel with your tablet everywhere, every single day. It's gonna depend on the person, so go ahead and check your local Best Buy, see if they got like Tab S9 Pluses in different sizes, maybe even the Tab S8 series, so I think they have the same sizes last year. Go ahead and check those out, and then go ahead and compare it and figure out what you like best. The next thing I like is the book cover keyboard right here. So as you can see here, I forgot the gestures up on here, but okay, there we go. So I like the book cover keyboard up on here a lot. So you got the trackpad and the keyboard right here, so it works pretty cool. You got all the gestures, as you can see. Go to the recent naps, I swipe down, go back home. I can go over here to the left, I think it was. I kind of forgot all the gestures because there's just so many of them, but yeah, so I don't really got too many issues with my book cover keyboard over here. And the best thing about this is, let me go and grab this iPad real quick, right? So the difference between the Tab S9 Plus and the Magic keyboard over here with the iPad Air is, if I want to go and just use like just the stand itself, I can't do that. It's just attached to here, but I can go ahead and take off this keyboard whenever I want to with the Tab S9 Plus. As you can see here, boom, now it's just a stand, now it's a keyboard, now it's just the tablet itself when I go ahead and magnetize that off right there. And I'm just telling y'all, man, that's just a hell of a lot better than what we used to have with the Tab S6 over here and this stupid ass adhesive that would just come off easily on here. As you can see right there, That easy. I didn't even put no force on that. This is the worst design case that I've ever used, and I ain't even exaggerating with that. And y'all know how much I like to over-exaggerate literally anything I'm talking about. The next thing that I like is the S Pen. So I get a lot of use out of this S Pen. Maybe I should get even more use out of it, but this S Pen's been working pretty cool for me. And also I'm gonna talk about this. It's a little bit gimmicky, but it's also proven kind of useful when I was again changing the oil in my car. Cause I was over here watching YouTube video doing all this little flickish shit, like turning up the volume. I was going over here to the next video, cause you can do that with the Tab S9 Plus S Pen. As you can see here, this kind of goes back to all the features I was talking about with the Tab S9 Plus, but this was pretty cool because I was worried about changing the oil and whatever else, and I had the Tab S9 Plus kind of all the way over here so it wasn't like getting in the way of anything. So I had the S Pen, I stepped on it a couple times, but it worked cool for me. And then of course you got like the artistic thing, so I'm not an artist or anything. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to y'all, I don't do that shit. But you can go ahead and do some like drawing and whatever else you want to. I heard from some artists that it works cool. Even though I hate this website, go to the Galaxy Tab subreddit and then go ahead and check out everything on there. They'll go ahead and tell you everything you need to know. And actually I forgot, I'm actually a moderator on that thing. I think I'm the main moderator of that, so yeah. Next thing I like is we got Wi-Fi 6E. So if I go over here and zoom in, you can see 6E right there for my Wi-Fi network. So I got a Linksys Atlas Max mesh Wi-Fi system all around my crib, and it works out pretty good with the Wi-Fi 6E. It's a little bit limited in distance, but it's fast, man. It's the fastest Wi-Fi I ever used. So if I go over here to speed test, let's go ahead and do a speed test on my gigabit fiber. This is what AT&T fiber. And the thing about this is in Kenosha, we can actually get up to 5 gigabits. And well, at least in my neighborhood anyway. So Kenosha is just recently like newly rolled out fiber lines all around the city, and they're just now offering it. So we got fresh new fiber lines. Now, if I go ahead and hit turn on, I don't even know what I'm clicking on, but let's see this real quick. So, I mean, I'm a little bit further than I should be from my router, so I'm not really getting gigabit right now, but it's still cool to see. Especially for my tablet, it's cool to have it on my phone, but especially a tablet, it's really nice to have. Another thing I like about this is if you get another version of the Tab S9 Plus, like from outside the United States, you can get 5G, most likely. I don't know if there's like a specific international version, but I know you can't get 5G outside the US, so that's dope. Another thing I like about it, like I was telling y'all earlier, it charges fast as fuck, bro. 1 hour to charge is really impressive for me for a 12.4 inch tablet again, with that big ass battery up in there. That's impressive. Charging a whole tablet the same speed as charging a phone is, and actually in some cases, faster than the phone. Pixelate, bro. And another thing is, it's just really productive, as I was telling y'all. You can get a lot done with this, like regardless of what some folks might want to tell y'all, because they might have their bias with Android tablets, right? Even when I had my tablets 4, I love the productivity on this thing. Now it's just a whole different level. And of course, I would be capping if I said there ain't some things that I don't like about it. So let's go and get into the cons about this. One con I got about this is, and even though I just said it was a pro, we only got international 5G versions. Why the fuck don't we got 5G in the US, Samsung? I swear, Samsung really just be fucking over everybody in the United States. They just don't like us for real or something. I know we in America got our issues, Samsung, but come on, give us something. Give us something. It's crazy that you can only get 5G in a regular Tab S9. I don't even think you could get 5G in the Tab S9 Ultra anywhere. But you can get 5G in different models of the Tab S9 Plus in other countries, which don't make jack shit sense to me. But alright then, whatever. Another con I got about this is, unlike Samsung's phones, they kind of been slacking with the security updates on here, and that kind of worries me for the future. Like, are we gonna really get all the updates that Samsung should be throwing at this thing? Probably not. I don't really know, because we're still on September 2023, and we're in almost November. Oh, no, we're in November now. I think we only get updates every 3 months, which don't make sense to me because this thing costs so much money. Which brings me to my other con. It's damn expensive for this thing, bro. Like, this is not cheap. You're gonna get a lot out of this, but it's not gonna come at a cheap cost. So unless you catch Samsung on one of their deals, which, let's be real here, they be throwing out every 2.2 seconds, they be giving this out for free, and they be wondering why they don't hold no resale value no more. But right now, there's no sale or anything going on with this. $1,120 for my configuration anyway. Now let's go over here to the regular one. $1,000 for a tablet is not cheap. $1,000 for pretty much anything, unless you get a car or something like that, it's not cheap. $1,000 is a lot of money. Not everybody even got $1,000 in their bank account. So just to see that this thing is almost like $1,120, or not almost, it is. That's not no cheap little moolah right there. That's a little bit of bread right there. So if you balling a little bit, you can go ahead and get this thing. Do your thing, player. I ain't gonna really get in your way, all right? Break your bread though. And the last kind I got about the Tab S9 is that Samsung just don't make these anymore. Latrell, what the hell is that? Thanks, random user that doesn't exist. I'm glad you didn't ask. This I did a video on. It actually got a decent amount of views, but this is Samsung's Pogo Dock. So they had this with like the Tab S6 right here and the Tab S5e. If I go and turn this thing on, you can go ahead and see that if I go and put this on the dock right there, this can go ahead and turn it into that daily board option that you get on the Tab S9 still. And you can see there that's charging. It charges slow as hell, but you can go ahead and charge it by these pogo connectors over here at the bottom. So kinda in a way, it turns it into like that Google Pixel tablet that they came out with. So it would have been nice if we could go ahead and put it right there, but we can't. But you will get this screen right here every time that you will put on the pogo dock. So that would have been nice, but we don't got that. So Samsung, get on there. I know they probably didn't sell many of them, but at the same time, like, you can't give up on this yet. Now your tablets is really starting to get popular. So release this thing. Yeah, it's pretty dirty. Don't mention it. Don't mention it. All right. Let's go and hit this with something real quick. All right. There we go. Let me go ahead and satisfy y'all and myself. Cool, now we clean. But I'm just saying, this would be really nice to have. And it's kind of like a cheap build quality, but at the same time, I think it might be metal. I'm not sure though. What I'm saying is Samsung come out with another one of those. So overall, can I recommend the Tab S9 Plus? Does it get my Jennings Stamp of Approval? Hell yeah. So I'm coming from, well, not really coming from, but I have a Z Fold 5 that kind of replaced my Tab S6. And now that I got this Tab S9 Plus, I'm kind of on tablets again. So Samsung, for y'all to do that, appreciate y'all, man. I love this thing. Just keep it up for real though. I don't really have too many complaints with this. That 5G though would be nice. So Samsung, please put that in the Tab S10. Anyway, man, appreciate y'all for coming through. Appreciate the love and support as always. Y'all always be coming through for me. And let me know what y'all think about the Tab S9 Plus. Would y'all get one? And would you probably even get a newer upgrade at this point? Well, probably not, because it's still new. But would y'all wait for Samsung to come out with something else? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know. I'll talk with y'all down there. But that's gonna do it for me, man. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, go and give this video a like. And if you really liked it, go and subscribe. Or go and follow me on my social media at eCentech on Instagram and X and Facebook, but Instagram and X are most active. But I'm glad I finally got this review out though, man. Like, I know it's kind of a long ass review, probably not Flossie Carter style. He be doing like 2-hour videos and shit, but it's long for me. Hopefully it is detailed enough for y'all though. If it ain't, let me know in the comments below, and then I'll try to get y'all all the information that you need to know. But the Tab S9 Plus is probably one of my favorite things to bring around with me though, for real. Y'all be smooth though, man. I gotta go and get up out of here and do more videos. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one then.